Well, this is part 2 of the Ian Mathews Restoration Challenge. I'm doing a sheet metal hammer. I'm sorry I said it's mini sledgehammer. I remember him telling me that's what it was, and that's what he used it for, was knocking on sheet metal, probably for his vehicles. So I was a dumbass, and I put epoxy on this thing, but it's probably going to look like crap, so I'm going to have to put another weld on here. I'm going to just hit it quick and heavy and just try to do it. I'm not going to do that today. That'll be in the next, probably part 3 would be the whole thing. If I can get it done today, I will, but it's starting to get later in the day now. It's probably about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock maybe. What time is it? It's almost 4 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time. Upstate New York, Syracuse. So we're going to work on the handle. You got to take it, like, this thing's got years of like hands, and it's almost has like a coating on it of grease and dirt and how many years this thing is. So take your knife and you just kind of scrape everything off, because this is going to wreck your sander, or I mean your sandpaper. And you just keep going at it. Watch your fingers. You can use any utility knife. Can you guys see that? You're just kind of doing your thing. So I'm not going to bore you with that. We'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I scraped it with my knife. It's kind of hard to get in here with the knife. I didn't want to ruin the design. Jeez. So this is with a 60 grit. Just one of my little tools I had, the little triangular. This is a buzz tool. So I just kept hitting it with this, and it's pretty gummed up still. Like, I'm starting to think that this might not be grease, and it might have been like some kind of coating. And then it just, I got some stain, some of this Minwax right here. I'm going to use on it. This is good stuff. Like, you can keep this stuff around forever. Like, I mean, I remember like in the early 2000s, my granddaddy. I inherited some of his things earlier. And there's some Minwax in there, and that thing had a look like, I wish I still had the can. It was definitely vintage. But I'm gonna get I'm gonna go up a grit, maybe do an 80, and then kind of feel it out here. Maybe we'll paint up here, I don't know yet. But the wood kind of looks cool, don't it? If there's natural stains in here like that, that's gonna really pop, I think, when it gets too. And see where it was hit. So when I set it, I'm gonna turn this around. So it's a meatier part, so we'll see. All right, so you can fly from here. So we went from, can you all see me? Peek. So we went from 60 to 120 by hand, and there's still, I don't know if this thing was dipped in oil or not, but it's nice and smooth, and sand at the top of there. I'm gonna start to take a little tiny bit of that off. And then I'm gonna put another weld on that, like I said. I don't really want to, but let's do that with the 60 first. It's just, this little junky sandpaper I got laying around that's still good. So it's, you can just kind of like go with it. Like it's warm. It does the job. You see what I'm getting at with that. So I was thinking I'm just going to stain this right in place and see what happens. So you want to pop this. You're going to get your screwdriver. Usually comes right out. I'm going to just use the crappy sandpaper to sit on. It's going to be pretty dark. So we'll see how this works out. And I had paper towel in here too. And now it's gone. Where is it? Yep. So, what to do? Do we sacrifice the towel? Yes. Alright, so I'm going to sacrifice a small cloth. Start with a cap that's right here. Just want to see what it's going to do. Okay. looks nice, actually. And you're gonna see what I'm gonna do with this part. Should have worn my rubber gloves. Huh? You need the Sawzall again?
Yeah.
What are you Sawzalling?
The battery though.
Okay, well hang on. Hold on. So that background noise you hear is my lovely wife using the Sawzall. I think she's chopping down bushes. If you saw another video, there's like bees and stuff over there, so she doesn't like messing with the bees. But this is the handle, and with that dark, that's really cool. Like maybe I'll take this part off and I'll sand this lightly so it brings out the real darkness in here. Maybe, I don't know if I get really skilled, maybe we'll put like a little metal cap on the back of that. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that though. But it'd be a cool thing. Maybe I can find something that would look cool on the back of there. I don't know yet. But like I said, I did cut this off, the epoxy, before it dried. I'm gonna bite the bullet and just put another weld on it and be happy with it, I guess. Because that's the only way, because I got to move a lot. I mean, that's a deep little gouge right in there, and I got to move a lot of material for that. Crap, but see? Right there. Yeah, buddy, right there. Take a peek at the tip of the finger, everybody. There we go. But yeah, anyway, I'm just kidding. But I like it. So we're gonna let this dry up. I am gonna hit this probably with the die grinder. I'll show you that. All right, so we're gonna get in here with this die grinder. I'm just going to get around these edges. Just to take them down so they're not very sharp. Oh, that one's sharp. Sorry. That ought to do it. So the handle's dry enough to touch, so look at that. In the right light, that dark minwax shows up in those little carvings. It almost has like that, any of you guys play PlayStation out there, like Skyrim? It has that Forsworn look to it, I think. You know what I mean? Maybe, or maybe it's got that you know, that dwarf, or no, well, they had some cool handles in Skyrim, the dwarves did. So did the elves, but this looks kind of Forsworn, I'm saying. If you play Skyrim, or ever played Skyrim, comment on what you think that this handle looks like. Any character in Skyrim. Even the lizard ones. But, like, I'm going to leave it like this. Then, next week, I'm going to go upstairs because we're having kielbasa with sauerkraut sandwiches. And my wife puts, like, she does, like, apples and all sorts of good stuff. It's banging. It's really good. So, I'm going to go upstairs, have some dinner. And, what else is going on? Oh, so let's finish. I'll show you again the hammer. I will put another weld on this probably during the week. Like after I get out of work, I'll just slap something on it and clean it. So the next time you see it, it'll be nice and ready to go. I might hit it with I'm going to go to Harbor Freight next weekend, and I'm going to get some finer grit for the 1x30. And I think that'll make it nice. And then we'll just taper everything out like here, and you know, it's pretty clean in there. I got a lot of the rust out. I don't know if you guys can see it, see in there, but it's kind of, you know what I mean? It's forge marks or good. Nothing sharp anymore. You know, this is a good resto. This might be one of my better ones, I hope. I don't want to talk smack. But we'll see how it goes. Phone keeps... I try to keep it quiet, but it's not... I'm just kidding, I'm not that mad about it. Anyway, have a great weekend. CC Scraps with Ian Mathews Restoration Challenge. We will have part 3 next weekend, and that should be done. And sorry it's got to be like this. It's no big surprise, but this is the way I got to do it. So yeah, CC Scraps, have a great weekend.